Welcome back to another movie review. Today I am reviewing the movie 17 Miracles. There you go. If you haven't seen it, probably because it is a LDS movie, a Latter-day Saint movie, or as we are formally known as the Mormons. It's a Mormon movie, so you might have not seen it, but if you have, thumbs up to you. If you haven't, well, you want to check it out. Let's put it that way. You really do. Now, this movie is all about people who are called pioneers, where they travel across the United States to get to where they want to go, in the sense of that they are trying to find a better life for themselves as Mormons. And as it goes, they go through trials and problems and so many different things that you would think that are like, how is this even possible? How is this possible that people who have such a strong faith in believing in being Mormon, that they could just travel across the United States and leave everything behind, their house, their wealth, if they had wealth, if they were poor, well, leave everything they could, or just take everything they could. I mean, how would you feel? Literally, put in the comments below, how would you feel if you had to leave everything, your car, your house, your furniture, virtually everything, and take you, your family, and that's it, or just yourself, and take yourself and walk miles and miles and miles just to get to a place where it's much better. Now, in this movie, there are 17 miracles, hence on why it's called 17 Miracles. Now, you'll have to find them because they're in there. You might not recognize them all, but in the end result, they are worth finding. And see if you can find 17. Some people don't find all 17. Some people find them all. Some people find less than 17. But you know what? Look for them. If you haven't seen it, look at the miracles that happen to these people as they are traveling across the United States to get to Salt Lake Valley, where they are able to live a happy, good life and be able to freely worship their religion without being persecuted by people as they go from place to place to place to place. And I mean, literally, it's a sad movie too, because there are people in there that literally help people cross a frozen river. I mean, it is so ice cold, and it's the dead middle of winter. And I mean, at any moment you could just go, just like that. You could be sleeping and you're gone. I mean, that's literally how it can happen. And you know, you get people who are willing to carry people across the river so that they don't freeze, that they don't get wet, and literally, I mean, it's a sad story, but you'll have to find out what happens to them, because I don't want to tell you that. But it's just great to see how when someone has a lot of faith, a lot of vision, a lot of faith, that they strongly believe in something so strong that they're willing to leave everything behind. I mean, it's an amazing movie. I mean, that's all I can really tell you, because it's very difficult to explain it without literally giving you the miracles that go by. But you know, here, I'll give you an example, okay? In the movie, there's a lady, she's asking, she's praying to God and saying, you know, I don't have enough food here. And I mean, literally, she has very little, very little, if anything, of food. I mean, almost nothing. And she prays that there'll be enough food for her and her kids and everything else. And next thing she knows, in the pot, there's a bunch of food in there. And you might think, oh, that's witchcraft and stuff. No, it is not witchcraft. It is not. It is a miracle, because literally, when you got very little food in a pot, and it triples, quadruples, or in the matter of minutes, I mean, literally, you are surprised how this is possible. But it very is. Another miracle is that 3 guys, as I explained a little bit before, were able to help people across the river. I mean, to me, that's a miracle, because in the end, well, you'll have to find out what happens to them for that one. Another miracle is that a family believe, well, the mother believes so strongly that if everyone was faithful and did what they're supposed to, that they would get to a place which they call Zion, which is Salt Lake City, as like to the Mormons at the time. And they believe that if they're faithful, everyone would get there. So one of the daughters frees overnight and she dies. And so the mother leaves her like wrapped up, and she's there and she's just on the ground to be eaten by the wolves, best way to put it, because there's nothing you can do. The ground's frozen and you can't dig a hole to bury your loved ones so that they won't be eaten by wolves. But as it goes, she remembers that if everyone was faithful, they would all get there. So they heat up water and they put it on their daughter with a rag so that it heats her up, so it warms her up, and she comes back to life. That's a miracle in itself. So there are a bunch of miracles throughout the video that are very important, and you have to watch it, because based on it, it is an amazing movie. It's amazing beyond belief. You'll love it. You'll love it. You might not agree with it, but you'll enjoy it. It's a good movie to watch that anybody can watch anytime, anywhere, at any place. It's amazing. So go watch the movie.